Good evening. Welcome to VC3 News and Sports for Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. I am Shadane McLean. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines values education as one of the most critical ways to develop and uplift the country. This is according to the Minister of Finance, Camilo Gonçalves, on WeFM Issue at Hand program on Sunday, noting that this is the reason for the recent awarding of 2,000 tuition scholarships to university students.
It begins with what you prioritize, okay? It begins with the things that you consider important for national development. It's obviously would have been a very easy year for us to cut back on tuition scholarship awards. But education remains a primary priority of this government. And we are encouraged when we see more and more people applying, more and more Vincentians going off to university and applying for support from tuition scholarships. We have now, yes, we began it, we thought it would be about 1,600, then it became 1,800, now it's just about 2,000 scholarships that have been provided. The money, if you look in the budget, if you look at the money that was voted to the CPO's office for scholarships for payment of education over the last 7 years, it's gone from $6 million, gone from $4 million to $20 million. And that is a 5 times increase. And that is because we believe in the importance of children and young people getting the highest level of education that they aspire to.
Gonçalves further noted that the tuition scholarship program has become as popular as the university student loan program.
The National Student Loan Company has provided loans since its inception in 2010 to 744 students. The loan rate began at 8.5%. This is back in 2010. It was reduced to 6% in 2020 or 2021. Then with COVID, we provided a 1-year grace on any interest rate payments to by students. And the value of that was $1.7 million. The value of that non-payment of interest. And the Prime Minister announced in October, in last year's independence budget, that we would be reducing further the interest rate to students. And in my budget debate, which I assume they listen to, we announced that we would reduce it from 6% to 4.5%.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Finance noted that the Sea Defense project in Sandy Bay is accelerating well amidst the impact of Hurricane Beryl in July.
That is an area where the erosion was exacerbated by the hurricane, but they're actually ramping up at the Sea Defense in Sandy Bay. We believe they've brought some new equipment in. The contractors have brought some new equipment in to speed up the construction of the X blocks that are necessary and to do the necessary excavation. So that project is actually accelerating, and we feel good about where we are. This is what we talk about in the Black Stallion song you were talking about being ready and being prepared for disasters. That will significantly enhance the resilience of Sandy Bay to future weather events.
The University of the West Indies UWI Global Campus announced on Monday, September 30th, the appointment of Dr. Risa Noel Mac-Burnett as head of the site, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, effective of today, October 1st, 2024. Dr. Noel Mac-Burnett has had a distinguished career in the public sector. Prior to her appointment as head of the University of the West Indies Global Campus, St. Vincent and the Grenadines site, she was a permanent secretary within the Ministry of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture, a position she held for almost 4 years. She also served as the Director of Training in the Service Commissions Department and before that as the Education Officer in the Ministry of Education. Dr. McBurnett also worked at the Bishop's College Kingstown School, first as a graduate teacher, then later as head of the language department, and subsequently as deputy principal. Her scholarly achievements are complemented by several prestigious scholarship awards. A past student of the St. Vincent Girls' High School and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College, SVGCC, she was awarded the Sir Arthur Lewis Award to pursue a bachelor's degree in literatures in English at the UWI Cayfield campus. After some time, she obtained a Commonwealth Shared Cambridge Scholarship to pursue a Master of Philosophy degree in education at the University of Cambridge. Later, she was granted a New Zealand Commonwealth Scholarship to complete a Doctor of Philosophy in Education at the University of Auckland in New Zealand. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines will officially hand over 7 school buses on Friday, October 4th to the Ministry of Education. The handing over ceremony will be held at the National Public Library at 10 a.m. St. Vincent and the Grenadines joins globally to celebrate International Day of Older People. This and other stories coming up next when we return after the break. Stay with us.
Now available from all lotto agents. Gold Mine, a new $2 Insta-Cash game with a top prize of $3,000. Gold Mine, so easy to play. If your numbers equals the bars of gold numbers in the same group, win the prize shown. You can win up to 3 times. Get your Gold Mine Insta-Cash tickets where there's no waiting for a draw and you can win on the spot. Gold Mine, another easy to win Insta-Cash game from the National Lotteries Authority.
Welcome back. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force joins globally in celebrating International Day of Older People, which is observed today, October 1st. To commemorate the day, the police force will embark on a week of activities under the theme Aging with Dignity, the importance of strengthening care and support systems for older persons worldwide. Starting later today, the RSVGPF will host a special serenade and a presentation of crime prevention tips at the Garden of Eden home for the elderly in Dorsetshire Hill. This will be followed by similar events at the Joy View Care Home in Richland Park on October 2nd and the Vulnerable Care Center in Cane Grove on October 3rd. Each event is an opportunity for the RSVGPF to reconnect with those who have contributed so much to the foundation of our society, ensuring they feel valued and appreciated. In addition to these visits, a special edition of COP Chat on WeFM 99.9 for the elderly on October 3rd from 8 to 9 a.m. will be held. The week of giving back will conclude on October 4th with the distribution of food baskets to the elderly across the nation. The RSVGPF remains steadfast in its duty to be a voice for the vulnerable and calls on all citizens to stand with them as they work to reinforce the safety and dignity of our older population. In other news, Marketing Officer for the Carnival Development Corporation, Esworth Roberts, said that promotion of VC3 2025 has already commenced. He was addressing a recent tourism conference held at the NIS conference room last week.
2025 has commenced. There are some changes, as was mentioned by the Minister, changes within the Carnival Development Corporation in terms of staff. The CEO is retiring. We'll be having some positions being filled. Staff, apart from the CEO, other staff members. But the board in itself has been making plans to ensure that VC3 2025 will be much bigger and better than 2024. Although despite the passage of Hurricane Beryl, we were able to execute a very successful carnival, despite the challenges. And the activities and events were well attended, and by and large, we ended up with an excellent carnival, despite the passage of Beryl. Nevertheless, we are endeavoring to have a much better carnival come 2025, details of which will be forthcoming pretty soon.
As the 2024-2025 tourism season draws nearer, Minister of Tourism Carlos James said that the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is putting everything in place to upgrade tourism sites across the country. Speaking recently at the tourism conference held at the NIS conference room, Minister James noted that Hurricane Beryl has damaged some of the tourist sites across the country. He, however, noted that they are currently working on them.
What we will see this year are some additional sites being added, particularly in the northwestern side of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. There's a Richmond Eco Park, which we're hoping to build out before the end of the year. We're going to see additional resources being pumped into places like Darkview Fall, for instance. A massage station is going to be installed, vending stalls, new signage, just to ensure that the sites are at a particular standard. Visitors, the reports and reviews that we have very good sites. Is one of the most diverse Caribbean destinations, and we have to just build out and improve on that. And though within the short period of time we have from now until the opening of the season, I know national parks are rapidly advancing the work. Some of the work will be continuous, it will go over into next year, but definitely we've started looking at new sites that we can build out, including the Petroglyph Park at Argyle, which we have to also do some work on. As it relates to the Villa Board work, the phase 2 of that project, it was for the compromise during Beryl. And I know we have looked at having that project completed, and we're going to start some work on that within a matter of weeks to ensure that we are ready to accommodate persons who are accessing Villa Beach during the season as well.
Those are our local stories. Coming up next, we have VC3 Sports.
Now available from all Lotto agents. Gold Mine, a new $2 Instacash game with a top prize of $3,000. Gold Mine, so easy to play. If your numbers equals the bars of gold numbers in the same group, win the prize shown. You can win up to 3 times. Get your Gold Mine Instacash tickets where there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win on the spot. Gold Mine, another easy to win Instacash game from the National Lotteries Authority.
Welcome to the VC3 Sports for today, Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. I am Anthony Denny. In netball, Minister of Sports, the Honorable Orlando Brewster, congratulated the Vinci Jewels netball team on their victory in the 2024 4th ECCB International Netball Series. Speaking at the unbeaten Vinci Jewels' welcoming home ceremony held at the Argyle International Airport yesterday, Minister Brewster said that he is very proud of the team.
It is indeed a fitting occasion and a fitting welcome for a tremendous team, a team that has worked hard, a team that has shown dedication to reaching such a milestone again. Because I know we had a hiccup last year, but we made amends this year, and I'm really, really, really proud of the Vinci Jewel and what they did in St. Lucia in the ECCB 4th Championship that has just been concluded. Let me tell you guys, I never missed a game. Huh? I watch all your games. When persons were hiding because the scores were a little bit too tight, I was watching the thing right through. And you have made me, as the Minister of Sports, so proud.
The sports minister further singled out some members of the squad as being some of the most outstanding players.
Added to that, we not only came out victorious as a team, but there were some personal achievements that I have to mention. I want to start firstly with the most accurate shooter in the tournament. our very own Marian Frederick. And let me tell you, if this was an exam, the percentage is 92.8% accurate. So, Marian, if this was an exam, you passed with flying colors. And let me also make mention of my very own, from the constituency of Central Yuan. The MVP for St. Vincent and the Grenadines is Christiana Christopher, our goal attack, who played extremely well, played very well.
The minister further encouraged the team to continue to make their country proud. Meanwhile, head coach of Vinci Jewel's netball team, Natasha Baptiste, further thanked the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for their continued support.
We needed it over there. There are times when we felt like the odds were really against us, and when we, scrolled through social media and we got our personal messages of congratulations and how proud you are of us, that also helped to push us and fight even more, because we know that we have an entire country that was supporting us and behind us. My jewels. Who are we? VC Jewels! Where we come from? VC Jewels! Champions! VC Jewels! And, daily and this has been something that's kept us together. Every day we had our devotions and we call upon God's guidance and protection, because we know without Him, nothing is possible. And that, I believe, added to the preparation, was the difference between us and the other teams.
Christiana Christopher, who played in the goal attack position, was named St. Vincent and the Grenadines' MVP in the just concluded 2024 ECCB International Series, held at the Beausejour Indoor Facility in Gros-Islet, St. Lucia. Also, Vincentian Marianne Frederick was the most accurate shooter, pouring in 373 goals at an accuracy rate of 92.8%. In addition, St. Vincent and the Grenadines was the most accurate team, scoring 498 goals from 586 attempts, resulting in an 88.85 accuracy rate. St. Vincent and the Grenadines was the champions, ending perfect from their 7 matches. On the field of play, 2 matches were decided last evening at the Sand Hill Netball Hard Courts in the 2024 Vitamall Sand Hill Tournament. Chachara Stars beat the spirited Sand Hill Government School 15-9, and San Souci Caesars Real Estate Ball Blazers overcame Jaguars 26-7 in another Division II fixture. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines athletes are witnessing progress on the St. Vincent Beach Athletic Stadium in Diamond, as construction on 2 buildings have started. This is according to the Finance Minister, the Honorable Camilla Gonsalves, giving an update on the stadium during the WFM Issue at Hand program last Sunday.
You will notice that a building is being erected at one end of the track.
So this morning,
that building is the athlete center. The athlete center is where the athletes are going to have their bathrooms, their locker rooms, their training room, those sorts of facilities on the ground floor. And then on the second floor of the building, the referees will have their office or lounge, the drug testing place to test for steroids. There'll be a little area to do that, to do those sort of testing, and other administrative staff areas upstairs. So the ground floor is for the athletes. The upstairs is essentially for administration. We are at the situation now where they've laid all the blocks for the ground floor, and they're about to begin casting the floor to go up to the second floor. And that work is on schedule. That's being done by Fraser Construction, and they're doing very good work there at the moment. If you look to the far end of the track, you might have seen a little digger digging a little hole down at the opposite end of the track. That is the same construction company building the storage area where you're going to hold the high jump pads and the hurdles and the various equipment that you use, discuses and those sorts of things. So that is also under construction at the moment.
Minister Gonsalves further noted that there is also landscaping work that is also being done on the football field.
The grass is brown. And
this morning,
yes, and that's not by accident. The same company that we hired out of Trinidad and Tobago to get the cricket field so beautifully ready for World Cup. We have hired them to perform the same magic on the football field at the Sir Vincent Beach Stadium. So the first step of that process is that they poison all the quote-unquote bad grass. And then they enable the Bermuda grass, which is the grass that you want on the field. Am I right? There's Bermuda grass they want. I don't want to misspeak. The grass, the good grass, whatever is the good grass, to allow the good grass to come in. So the work on the field is underway. It'll be a couple months till it looks perfect like Arna's Vale, but that's a process now that we're confident this person can pull off because they pulled it off quite well with the cricket, and the building is under construction.
In athletics, Vincentian Shafiqua Maloney has been nominated in the Female Sports Personality of the Year category at the inaugural Canuck Sports Awards, which will be held on October 19, 2024 in Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands. Maloney, who's 25, became the first Vincentian to reach the final of an Olympic Games when she attained that feat at the 2024 Paris Olympics held in France last July-August. She placed fourth in the 800 meters final, ran August 5th, and achieved the feat of the best placing of an English-speaking Caribbean woman in the history of the Olympics. But Maloney has to contend with St. Lucia's Julian Alfred, who made history as St. Lucia's first Olympic gold medalist in 2024. Additionally, Maloney will compete against other global track stars, such as Puerto Rico's Jasmine Camacho Quinn, Dominican Republic's Marilide Paulino, and Jamaica's Shanika Ricketts. In the Male Sports Personality of the Year category, Jamaican discus thrower Rohe Stoner, who also claimed Olympic gold in Paris, joins British Virgin Islands' 400 meters hurdle star Karen McMaster, Grenada's decathlete Lyndon Victor, Cuban wrestling legend Mihan Lopez Nunes, Trinidad and Tobago's 200 meters standout Jareem Richards, and Puerto Rican wrestler Sebastian Rivera. In addition to individual honors, the Canuck Sports Awards will also recognize the best male and female teams from across the region. Notable nominees include the Dominican Republic volleyball team, the Barbados triathlon team, and the Curacao baseball team. Julian Alfred has been nominated for the Caribbean Breakthrough Award. Other categories, including the Caribbean Sports Media Award and the Caribbean Distinguished Service Award, will recognize those who have played significant roles behind the scenes, ensuring that the Caribbean athletes continue to excel on the international stage. That's the VC3 Sports Update for today, Tuesday, October 1st. Thanks for viewing. I am Anthony Denny.
That's the end of our VC3 News and Sports. Join us on our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, as well as the VC3 channel 114 for more updates. See you next time. I am Shadane McLean.